Hey everybody, it's Christy with Christical Artistry. Thank you for joining me tonight. Before I start tonight's video, I just wanted to say thank you to all of my subscribers, and a few in particular that I can't possibly thank everyone on every video, but I just wanted to give a quick shout out to Zendrea, Dave, Barb, Christina, Nate's Nest, Martin, Daz, Michelle, George, Suzanne, and of course Carla. So thank you guys for being my subscribers. I wish I could name all of you off every video, but I can't. But I do appreciate all of you. I appreciate your comments. I appreciate you watching my videos and just following along with our little home life issues that we're having. By the time you see this video, Dennis will be I'm hoping well into his treatments, and once we get done with the treatments and we're back home and I'm back on track with my videos and not pushing them so far ahead, I will fill you in on the progress of his treatments, how everything went, and let you know what's going on at that point. But I do thank you for all your thoughts and prayers as well. Tonight I'm going to be working on a 16 by 20 canvas, and if you remember in our last video when I did the Thio violet, I said that I really think this would look nice on a bigger canvas, the composition, not necessarily that particular color, although it would. So I thought about it, and I am actually going to be working on a 16 by 20 inch canvas, and I'm going to use the Paynes Gray, the Pewter, the metallic sterling silver, and this time I'm going to use ultramarine blue as well, because I think that would look pretty in here. So with these 5 colors, with the phthalo and the ultramarine blue, I think we'll get a little bit more well, other than color, a nicer composition out of it. Although I absolutely loved the painting when it was done, I'll show you in a couple of videos what actually happened once it dried. So let me flood the canvas with our white, and then I'll bring you down and we'll get started. So I'll be right back. I have applied the white paint. I just used the hairdryer and blew it out real quick. I didn't think you wanted to hear all that noise and watch that, so I went ahead and did that. Now I'm just making sure that I have enough paint on the sides to ensure good flow once it goes down the side. Checking to make sure I have coverage. And then we will torch the bubbles, because you can see there's a lot of bubbles in here. So yesterday's video, no, that was days ago. My last video that we did with the phthalo violet, I used this bottle that I have been mixing my titanium white, my Blick acrylic titanium white, Floetrol and water in. And I noticed when it was drying last night, oh my gosh, my days are running together. I noticed that when it was drying, it had little tiny lumps in it. So I checked this bottle, and I've been using this bottle for at least 9 months. The paint that's in the bottle is starting to flake off, and it's getting into the paint, and unless I filter it as I do it, the bottle is just like flaking off the paint. So I'm not going to be using this bottle, but I did have this other bottle, and I just laid it out and I don't see any of those lumps. So I'm going to call this bottle good, and I'm going to start using this one. If it comes to the point where this one has a problem, I'm just going to have to get a new bottle and use that instead. So that was part of the problem with the painting that we did in the last video, and on my next video I'll show you what else happened with that in the drying process. Alright, so I'm going to torch the bubbles on this one. Get those bubbles out so that we don't end up with any pinholes without paint. And this paint is much smoother. It really came out nice on the canvas, so I'm happy about that. Not seeing little lumps in it. Alright, so again, our colors, I'm going to show them to you again. My Paynes Gray, again, I do not know which of the brands this is, because if I took off the label, I'm guessing that it's either a Master's Touch or an Academy Acrylic, because I didn't have labels for those at first. So I'm surprised I didn't put one on, but Deco Art Extreme Sheen Pewter is again our second color. I am using my Liquitex Basics Ultramarine Blue because my Academy Acrylics is out. I am going to be using the metallic sterling silver again. I believe this is a Deco Art, but don't quote me on it. And then I'm going to use the Academy Acrylic Thio Violet again. I think putting these two colors in, because I've done this before in a lot of paintings, are really pretty together, and I've had really good comments on that. So that's what we're going to do tonight, just larger. All right, let's start with our Paynes Gray. And I think what I'm going to do tonight is I normally, I'm right-handed, so I normally go right to left, but I'm going to do this one left to right. And I'm going to give the Paynes Gray a good amount. I'm going to try to keep the other colors in the center of it so that I can end up with a Paynes Gray outline, kind of like we had on the other painting, but I'm hoping all the way up. All right, next is the pewter. The pewter has a blue tinge to it as well, but it comes out really nice because it's a Deco Art Extreme Sheen. Okay, now is when I'm going to add the ultramarine blue, which just exploded out the top. I know that one's been sitting a while. Okay, ultramarine blue. Again, I'm trying to stay in the center of this. So I'm going to try my best to blow this out so that I have somewhat of a black outline, or Paynes Gray outline, but fluid art never cooperates, so we'll get what we get. Okay, silver is next. And this again is the metallic silver, and that will give us shine. Shimmer and shine is, oh, that was a big puddle. Shimmer and shine is what it's all about. Okay, a little clog in there and it let loose and made a mess there. All right, and now the Thio Violet. Okay. Doing my best to stay in the lines. There we go. Okay. Worried about this little section here that I had too much of that silver. I'm just dabbing out a little bit of it because I think it'd be too much, but who knows. All right, let's leave it. So there is the color combination for this evening. I'm going to move my paints out of the way. And we're going to get to blowing this out. And I'm going to use the Revlon tonight. My Revlon is just a, can't even read it anymore, it's just a Revlon dryer. And it has the high-low on it, but it also has this cool button. And when you hit the cool button, it kind of revs it, but it keeps it cool so it doesn't cook the paint. And I'm going to use the smaller of our nozzles because this is a smaller canvas. All right. But before we do that, let's torch the bubbles. I saw some pop up. Okay, now by torching the bubbles, I also noticed I have two what look like clumps in here, and I want to take those out or pop them if they are bubbles. No, that's a clump. So we're going to take that one out. Just a little lump there, and then one right here. Actually, I'm not sure what that is. Very stubborn bubble. Okay, they're out. Now we'll blow it out. Here we go. Okay, this is really like, wow. So, okay, so by adding the blue in there, I like the accents of the blue, but what I like is the harshness of this. It's not all like smooth and flowery. It's got some like grit and anger to it. It's really cool. Just some, I love this. I'm gonna add some things to that as well, but I love just how like angry it looks going up the paint or going up the canvas. Right here is a spot that looks like a face that's just ah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna scrape this now. Actually, first I'm gonna add some color here to make sure that that runs down. And I'll come over there and check that side too, but I want to scrape this right here because there's like a, almost like an angry face sticking out here. I don't want you to see. I'm gonna scrape down here, and then I'm gonna fix this corner because it is missing paint as well. So literally what I'm doing is just picking up paint off the mat down here, and I'm adding it on here so that it can naturally run down the rest of the way and then finish this. That looks so cool. So I'm going to come over there and fix that side, and then I'm going to bring you down and show you this painting. It is so cool. I love the harshness of it. So I'll be right back. So here is the painting, and again this is with the Thio violet and the ultramarine blue, and while neither really is all that prominent, I love the black, the Paynes Gray. I call it black. It's Paynes Gray, so it's ultramarine blue and like a Mars blacks mixed together that has that beautiful dark tone to it, and then the silver. I love this because it's going to shimmer and shine when it's done drying. But let me show you. I had the angry face was right in here, and so like this was the jawline and this was the mouth open, but the eyes and everything have rolled off the canvas already, so which I knew was kind of going to happen because it's running down the sides like it's supposed to, and I've been scraping it, but if I have to, I'll prop it up a little bit so it doesn't continue to roll. But let's look at this painting. See if I can get the whole thing in. And it's really kind of like mysterious and, like I said, angry. And that's kind of what I liked about it, is that it does have sort of an anger to it. So I added some squiggles and things to make that more prominent because I really like that. So I'm going to take you in so that you can see what it looks like up close, because these colors are so beautiful together. And you can't really see the shimmer yet. And let me see if I can tilt you just enough to get some of the shimmer in with that silver and that pewter. It's so pretty. Let's go up here. I love ultramarine blue, and this Thio violet is so pretty. There's some really crazy cells going on down here. And then I love this corner. This one right here. It's got all the colors and they're dark. Just really vivid and everything. So, yeah. So here is our painting. So let me know what you think about this one. I'll show it to you when it's dry, but I just wanted to give you a glimpse of it right now. Like I said, it seems like it's sliding this way, so I'm going to prop it up, get it level again, and then I'll show you when it's dry so you can see the end result and the shimmer off of those colors. So until my next video in 3 days, again, thank you to all my subscribers, and please take care of yourselves and take care of each other. Bye.